this is my next variety of flower. I'm going to use Khorasan flower or kamat. Grain is Khorasan wheat, Triticum turgidum, said to be the wheat of the pharaohs. The crop produces bold golden ears of grain with striking long black awns or whiskers. Check it out. It's really golden, it's not white, it's yellow. So it's going to make my next bannock. And there are the mushrooms, which are lovely and dry now. Here's the legs. Looking pretty damn good. It's going to make white bread this time. I've done a lot of white bread. I've been using rye flour, so I'm just going to experiment with this Khorasan and white flour and see if I can make some really nice golden hot dog baps, because I've still got a couple of hot dogs left. So I'm going to have hot dogs and fried eggs for dinner and just have really, you know, I don't know, like fast food, if you know what I mean. And it comes together quite nicely. Oh, it looks lovely. Look at that. Golden. So there we are. Khorasan and organic white flour bannock rolls. Let's see how these turn out. What are we going to do? Hot dog sausages with them. We've got a couple of them left. I've got some eggs, so I'm going to have fried eggs. No greens tonight. I'm just feeling like I want some naughty fast food. Just turn them over. Look at those. They've puffed up. Absolutely stunning. I'm so looking forward to them. Woohoo! I was busy this morning. I increased my pathway all the way up to the fire pit, so I should have a nice clean run when it all dries out. I've built in a nice step up, so now it's not such a jaunt up to the caravan. Just sort of step in. It's all good. I haven't done much studying recently, but anyway, once this is like a proper homely setup, I'll start studying. Built another wicker wall. Now this one was interesting because this caravan's put on a concrete plinth. I like to build like a shonky little stone wall, but it works. They're all like locked in with little stones and stuffed with mud, so it's pretty sturdy. Not the sturdiest, but it's sturdy enough. I mean, you don't want to be hanging off it, but it's only me down here, so I don't generally hang off stuff. Now the next scene is to build another wicker wall sort of along there where that lopper is. Got a few sticks left, hopefully I've just got enough. If not, there's some more hazel up the way. I'll go and lop some hazel. Only a few little branches I'll need. And yeah, so there we are. It's all looking good. Made my bow drill fire this morning. So I'm going to go to make another bow drill fire. You're not smoking a cigarette, put that out. So I don't really need to do this, got a lighter. But, okay. Solid bit of board, leaves, hard plate. Fuse to give it all solid and stable. Right, upgraded my spindle. Now I've got a nice thick spindle. I found these cups in a little charity shop. They work, but they get really hot. So what I do is put a sock over the top. You could use a piece of wood here, but I find it's better to use something like that. I used to have a little ceramic cup, I lost it. Other things to use is 2 limpet shells. Limpet shells work really well. So I've already pre-prepared all this. Goes in there. Cup goes on top. Bingo. Wind hasn't moved it. How we do. So we get our tinder fungus, put it next door, and then give it a blow. And I'll leave that. Take tinder fungus. Pop it in the fire dogs. And there we go, we've already got a nice bit of fire going already. I'm just doing all this one-handed. It's like CPR, man. Bringing things back from the dead. Bingo, and that's a fire lit. Oh crap. Tales from the back of beyond, down here by the river. So I'll set the camera up. I'm gonna give my mate Dan a shout out. Cheers Dan for all the food. Cheers Pat for all the food. They sorted me right out. We've got oats, rice, peppers, Another sticker of spicy sausage, chorizo, meh. I don't know, yeah, so just a big bag of food, and it's well appreciated, really appreciated, so I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Just a shout out to my mate Dan Platten. Plymouth Bay, be out here someday I suppose, getting out of the city, enjoying this. It's pretty nice down here, to be honest. So just going to go with the next few things I'm going to build. I'm going to build a washing up sink area. I'm going to make a wicker draining board, and then like a pot holder, so I'll take my hot water, either pour it into a plastic washing up bowl, which I'll get in Plymouth, and I'll have a wicker draining board. And also I spoke to Malcolm, and he's got a toilet seat with a up and downy mechanism, so I'm going to actually make like a commode style toilet. I'm a bit tired today because I've built all these walls and I've been lugging stone down to get the sort of foundations for that other one, because it was about that much soil beating into nothing and hitting solid concrete. That didn't work, so I had to build a wall. But the second one worked. I haven't shown you that in the video yet, but there's just another wicker wall next to that. And so I've got this sort of arrangement like that now, where the wind is prevailing from the west. I've basically blocked pretty much all the wind out now. There's a few little things I want to develop over the other way there as well. There's an old structure which is sunk in the ground. Now it's going to take a lot to dig it out, but once I've dug it out, built a retaining wall and a fireplace in there, put a makeshift roof on it, I've got basically 4.5 foot, 5 foot walls already built. So I just need to do infills with either like wattle and daub, or I'm still looking for my clay, but I'm thinking now I could use river mud. There's an abundance of river mud because I'm by a river. So I don't know how that would work as clay. It's pretty horrible stuff, and I'm sure it would be quite good as mortar. So last resort is going to be up and down that hill, dragging up river mud to stick between the stone. So I've got plenty on still. That's going to be more for maybe if I stay in the winter, like a nice thick walled thing with a fireplace in it. Obviously the caravan will still be there, store stuff in there, dry storage, but for sleeping at night when it's cold, just like a big fire, get a couple of big logs in there, and that'll just keep me nice and warm during the cold winter months. It's something to think about. And yeah, so I'm just enjoying the sunshine today. Got another bannock on, gonna have my lunch in a minute. Alright, so just waiting for that water to settle down, and I've mixed up this bannock here. I'll put it in the other one. And on the embers it goes. Lid goes on. That one should be handsome. Look at that. That's unbelievable. Take a bite. So hot. Maybe that coruscant flour. Man, it's tasty. It's really good. And it's fluffy. Been using rye flour. Everything's been really dense, like bricks. This stuff, very lovely. On the back of the tractor, my feet in bags of shit. Oh man. And it smells. but it's a lovely day. Central part of my little bushcraft set is a sharpening stone and a set of chisels. All cheap jack, rubbish ones really. Chisels cost probably a fiver for 3 of them, and the stone there was about £2. Nothing special, just to keep an edge on your tools really, because they go blunt really quick. And you're working with wet wood like I am, it's full of sap, and so the sap builds up on the cutting edge and just dulls it quite quickly. So I've just sharpened this one. It's got quite a good edge on it, but because I'm working again with wet wood, it's going to get gunked up with sap. And the other thing is, you know, like I say, I'm not working with, I'm not doing high level cabinet building, cabinet making here. I'm just pottering around with, you know, bits of hazel basically, sap filled hazel. So all what I build today is going to shrink and it's going to season. I mean, ideally I want to season this wood, but I haven't got the time to do that. So what I'll do is when the joints shrink, I'll just make little pegs and just knock pegs into them and do that. So it takes up the excess in the joint. Now the idea is today, I've cut these two to length here, and I'm going to put about that far apart. Where's my thing? So this is going to be my wash pot for doing my dishes in. So it's going to be that far apart, in fact. So I'll just drop it in there once I've put all my cross members on, which will be sort of like that, like another one there, and then sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll weave in the hazel withies through there to make myself a draining board across there. So I'll be able to drop my pot in there, and that'll be my draining board end, and hopefully it'll be really cool and look really cute. So I've got my little timbers cut down. Now all I've got to do is notch out each one and cut the ends so they slot in like a mortise and tenon joint. Socks out to dry. More socks out to dry. And here is the pièce de résistance. I've got a new granny blanket as well. I found it in the shed. Hope you don't mind, Malcolm. It looks so lonely and it looks so warm. So I'll grab that. Da 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 da. My new pegs doing their job. And they've been out, what, 3 hours these? Almost dry. Lovely jubbly. That's how they smell. Well, they just don't. They don't smell smoky, but they don't particularly smell that clean either, but that's alright, it's only me out here. Chuffed with the pegs. Here's my latest innovation. That's what I beat the clothes with. So you put your wash bowl in there. Let me move this out of the way, I don't know how this has got put there. I don't know, I can't remember. And there's the all-in-one drainer. It's all one unit, you see. And so I boil my water in my pot. hot water, eco washing up liquid, and wicker drainer, and it's perfect. I'm very chuffed with that. The next thing is to build legs for it and put it in the corner there out the way. So design fault. Always good to test these things. Need a big stone. I always wondered what I was going to use this stone for. There we go. Never mind. We work it out in the end. So where was I? Doing some dishes. That water's really hot. Well, you get the general idea. I can now sit here. I need some marigolds next. Water's down here. Here's another little thing I've done, is I found that piece of downpipe and the bucket down by the river. So now, anytime I need water, I just move that bit of downpipe to my pot and the water comes out. And because it's weird from there to there, there's hardly any particulates in it. All the lumps end up in this pond and not in that one. So it's kind of like a filtration system, which is kind of nice really. Excuse the heavy breathing. I've just dragged that up, well not dragged it up, bloody carried it up from the river. And that's still a bit damp, so it weighs a ton. But what a beautiful piece of wood. Don't know what to use it for, but it's just a welcome addition, a nice big chunk of wood. Do something with it. Peace out. I love this river. All sorts of weird stuff you find.